Hello everybody, this is Sonya. Come like on here today because I'm going to show you what I made yesterday. I started out with other plans, but it always does that to me. I get an idea and then I think, oh no, look at what I've done. What I found I can make. Okay, right, now I've seen this little fella somewhere. I could be on Pinterest, I don't know, couldn't find it there when I went. Could have been in a book somewhere, but anyway, so this is a mermaid baby in a shell, isn't it? Okay, now that was really good fun. I really enjoyed making that. I probably should have showed you when I was going, because I can't find another tiny little head that small and that cute and fit in the shell and have a little tail coming out here. But anyway, I'm going to show you what other way you can do it, but you can also do the same thing and push it into one of these shells if you've got one. I have got some, but they're nowhere near as big as needs to be for that. This is a very flimsy type sort of one, but I don't have like a big shell. Okay, so what I did today for the one that I'm going to make, I put 2 of these together and sat them on another one and made like a clam thing like that. And I thought, well, that would be ideal to put the baby in anyway, like the mermaid baby. That's more or less the process of what we're going to do anyhow, how to make that baby. So I also put these 2 together, but I wasn't that impressed with them. I kind of like this because it sits really nice. I put a piece of felt onto the bottom shell and then hot glued that onto there, and it is actually holding really well. It won't be finished off until it's already got all that cut off there, and put maybe a few little beads or something around to cover it over so that you can't see what I've how I've done that. And that's just pretty basic. I got these in a packet of a lot. There was a few for a few dollars one time, and I just stuck the hot glue onto there and stuck that there and just hung on to it until it was dry. I thought maybe I'd need to put something across here to stick both of them to, but that didn't happen. But when I go to glue this, when I go to make this, as you'll see, I'm going to actually put things up against these here so that it'll hinge that, to stop it if it does, give way a bit at all. Hope not. But that's what I did with that. And then, like I said, I just put the piece of felt onto one piece and put the glue on the other side and then glued that onto there so it won't tip over. Okay, so that's how I made that. Now it's up to you whether you do it like that or you can come across a shell the size for the baby or the doll's head or whatever you can find to put in there. Now I'm going to show you, I do not have the timer thing going, so I'm hoping this doesn't cut out, and if it does, well, I'll be back with the next part, so you'll have to forgive that. I'm going to show you what I've been doing. I've been decapitating dolls. Well, look, I've got that one there I've pulled apart, but she's still a bit big, although maybe she'll go in here, okay? Maybe, I don't know. I'll figure out in a minute which one I'm going to put in, because you can't get the body off there, because you could, I suppose, if you could break it off, but then you might lose the whole thing. I liked her little face. I thought she had a cute face. This is one of a kid's toy, but I'm thinking, when its face is covered over, well, that still would work okay. But this is the fella that I think I might do today, because he's only little and easy to work with. I've got some of these little fellas here, but they've got little scary faces. I've got bags of babies, actually, of these things. We used to put these in matchboxes when we were kids, didn't we, and make them beds, I guess, if anybody remembers that. I also bought these little dolls too. Actually, that's one of... No, she's not. I bought these little dolls at Vinnie's one time, and when I pulled that apart that far, and that's got its top bit, but I'm thinking still, even if I take that apart, she might still be too too big to go in the shell, because we're looking for more or less of a baby mermaid, but I've actually added that little bit to her hair since I took the photos of her before. So, you know, you can find all sorts of different things that you can use to do it with, you know, like I've just collected up little dolls over the time, but this one here was one of the ones that I think I'm going to use, because she's got not a bad looking face. I guess I can change the faces on some of them, but I don't think I'm that artistic, really. Don't think I can do faces very good, but then we'll see how this works. So I'm hoping that this little fella will fit in here today, because it's going to have its little body part coming around it there, you know, for its mermaid, and then I'm going to fill it up with bits, and anyway, you're going to see that in a second. Okay, so let's get started on that. I'm just going to check on my time and see how far I'm up to, how long I've been gabbing for. I've got to just save up some money, and I'm going to buy myself a new camera, because I just have to. I can't, and I found one, but we'll just have to see. We'll get on with that, so I can see what I'm showing you, and that I don't have to keep stopping and seeing how much time I got and everything else. Right, now, to get started, well, I made a tail, right? First of all, we make a tail. She wanted a tail, and I made a tail like this out of a flower. I got the flower, and I decided that I wanted that edge. See the ridge there? I thought, oh, that looks just like tail, doesn't it? See? So I stuck those together by just getting 4 petals. Just got the 4 petals, and the blunt scissors. Sonya, surely they shouldn't be them, but they must be. I might put a bit of hot glue on this. I didn't really want to play with that too much today, because I didn't want to burn myself. Come on, bit of glue. But I won't use, and then all you do is, because you got your 4 petals, is you turn them over like that, and you put that one onto there, and okay, come on. When you want to get them stuck right, okay? You don't want to see, the hot glue goes too quick for me. But anyway, so there I've already had, this is what I did yesterday when I was doing them, so he's already ready to go, except I might put a little bit of glue on that bit there to hold on to it a bit better. Okay, come on, that's a good bit of that. That's good. Yeah. Hope you can see this. I've tried to zoom in a bit, because a lot of people can't see, and that's fair enough, because my other camera used to have worked a lot better for me. I haven't got any glue on that, people. Dearie me. Let's have another go at this. How about we put glue in it this time, Sonya? Right, put the lid on there. There's no leak. Okay, now. Righto. No rushing. It'll be fine. Now, I didn't actually get this one ready yet, but on here I put a bit of nail polish. It says angel colour. I don't know what colour exactly it is. It's a bit, but I just went like this and put that on there to gives it a little bit of interest, you know, so she's not just plain with her tail. Must say this is nothing like the tail that the picture, but this is my version of how to make this is how I did it. I'm not saying I'm not saying this is totally my thing. If somebody else could have easily done this before in the world. I'm just saying that this doesn't look like the picture one that I had. Okay, so we'll put that in there. I'm actually putting it onto here to dry. Okay, hope it doesn't take too long. I'll have to hit it with something if it does. So we've got it on there drying. Okay, now I'll just move this little bloke over here out of the road for a minute. Right, so now we need to have a tail. Now on the other one that I did, I only had the head, okay? I only had the head. I pulled her all apart, and all I had was the head, so I had to make from there to there, which is okay. It doesn't matter. You need to do whatever it is that you want to do. Now for that, I used a bit of this here that I've got caught. I've got it now. I used this You know what this is, don't you? This is net. What do you call it? Got truckloads of it. Got boxes of it around here somewhere. Hasn't got its name on it, but oh, isn't that terrible? I've just had a memory thing. This is very soft, and it worked out really good. Look, the tail looks really nice, doesn't it? There, see that tail? I thought that'd come up really well. So I thought I'd just show you how you could make it out of your own tulle. Okay, this is a little bit stiffer, but this is a very soft one. It's up to you what you use. This is not a really stiff one, but I thought I'd like to make it in a mauve colour anyway. So what you need to have is about, well, you need enough so we're going to fold it over many times. So what I've got here, I will measure it after I've chopped it up. Chop out a piece, the biggest father type scissors you ever did see there. Okay, so I've got a piece here that's really badly cut to pieces, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches, which is 15 centimetres. And the reason that I've got it that long is because you can always cut some off, but you can't put it back. Okay, so we get your piece of whatever it is you're doing and figure out now you're going to have the tail coming out the end here, and this bit up here is way too big, but it doesn't matter now, it's going to be all right in the end. Okay, so we're going to fold it over once because it is, what did I say, 15 centimetres, maybe a bit longer, and as the twice as wide or whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, because that's probably about twice as wide as where I'm going to have to put it. Oh, okay, the cat must be trying to get in here. I don't know, my husband's got him locked in the hallway. But anyway, so I've turned it over one lot, and then I'm going to turn it over another lot, and maybe not turn it over another lot yet, we'll just see. But we're going to put a bit of glue on that, and I will use the hot one here and try not to get it stuck to me. I should have one of them Pal Pop sticky things there. I've got one of these, whatever they are, and so I can stick that down. Good having this mat here, isn't it? Just the thing. You could sew it, but sewing something like this is really hard because it goes, or even that, didn't work because it's got too many holes in it, eh? I wonder if I bring it back a bit that way. Okay, so we're going to bring it over there now like that. So we've folded in half and we glued that bit. Now we're going to take it on an angle and glue that bit. Okay, now this is all my trial and error, so it's all up to how it will work. We'll see. Okay, we'll all see how it turns out in the end. Now we got to get that off there. It would have been better if I did it with a wipe, but now don't be fiddling around with that too much and touching it because it'll burn you. Okay. Now there's going to be more as well to get rid of. This is just the beginning. Okay. So now we need some filling. Now I've discovered over the time you can push. There might be things that you can get to do filling with, but I'm just going to push it down in between the two. If you use something that's made out of a pencil or timber thing, well, it seems to work better because for some reason it sort of glue, it hangs on to whatever you're shoving down in there. And that's not going for me. Come on, you. Now let's not play up for me. It's a pencil. A pencil yesterday. I was working with that and it seemed to go alright. Maybe I need to cut a bit off the top of it to start with. Hang on a minute. You know why it worked yesterday? Because I'm sure that other stuff's a bit stretchy. Yeah. But something too, I don't give up, do I? So I'll keep shoving it down and it'll make it work for me. The thing with this too is I don't think it's enough purple. What do you reckon? Mauve or whatever we got. Not mauvey enough, is it? I suppose it could be. No, so you can still see it's you can just vaguely see that over there. I don't. See, when you do something that's different, it doesn't turn out the same, does it? Well, I did it because I wanted to do it that way. I thought, well, I'm coming back to this. This is how I did mine. Okay, right, now about the same length, I guess. And I have got this long enough, I hope. Right, now all I did was, this is, look at that, stretches. Okay, so maybe if you'd like to get something that stretches, after me telling you to do that way, and I'm going to fold it first before I glue it all the ways that I need it to be. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So we're going to fold it in half like that way, then over again that way, and then that way. Okay, so when I go to put the stuff in this time, the filling, it's going to actually, I'm going to put this right back here near the edge, okay, because I don't want it to be where, let me see, I'm going to put that, so my seam will be over here on the edge there, right, because you don't want it to be across here, which you're going to push some stuff down in that, and you don't want it to be like that. So this is going to be the shape that we're after, okay. If you can understand what I was saying, if I'd have put the glue across this way here, you wouldn't have been able to get anything down in there, okay, which now we can. Right, now I'm going to cut this back off again. I suppose I could have cut this to the right shape to start with, but this is how I did it yesterday when I was just trying to figure out how to do it, how I would go about it. Now this filling is not a very aimable one, but we'll see how we go, I guess. Now this should push down in there a lot easier because this stretches. So if you haven't got anything like that that stretches, you can still use it the other way, but you know what I'd do? I'd put the filling down, then I'd glue the part around there, okay? If that's an idea. Anyway, see what happens with that. I've got too much stuff stuck down in there now. Okay, let me see. We'll hook it out if I can. It took me ages to make this yesterday, probably will today too, but you know, you got to have there's trial and error in everything that we do, isn't there? Come on, you little fella. I put too much filling down in there. This is not the same one that I usually use, I don't think. I've got a feeling that it isn't. The other one I usually gets really soft. Okay. I don't know, it's the same, I don't know. Let's try this again now. A little bit, not too much. Don't get too carried away now. You're trying to rush, and that's wrong, because that mucks things up. When you're rushing around trying to do something, it does muck things up a bit. Now, as you can see, I have got glue coming over my tail here. This was like trying to mould something out of clay when I was doing it yesterday. It was just it's just how however it turns out, really. Okay, so if many of you have probably turned off and give up on me, but I can't help that. If you don't want to keep watching, that's fine. I always craft like this though, don't I, peoples? I do the natural thing, the natural way. I'm only going to keep one arm out, I think. We're only going to keep one arm out. Now, we've got a little bloke in a sausage. Definitely will only be keeping one arm out because I don't want it to be too big. So, I'll just fish around that a bit. Okay, sort that bit out. This bit of it's, you know what, tweezers would be really good, but it's just like everything else. You think you got some, but you don't. When you go to do something, and I can't get them up there. What's this here? I know that won't work either. I thought I was ready to do this, you know. I fiddled around in here for ages before I got started. In the inside of that. See if I can pull this down a bit. There's wadding through here. Okay, there you go. So that's, a way to do that. And then we need to push it down here again a bit. I don't want it to be too tubby. We don't want it to be too tubby. Now we can still cut off, but see, the thing is with that, we don't have to worry about cutting that off because we've got things to go over top of it too, haven't we? And when it's laying in there, you need something to fasten it to as well, so I can just push that back behind there and stick that down anyway, because I'd rather have it there than cut it off and it not work. You don't want to be chopping away too much and end up with... So all I'm doing is just pushing that back behind itself and sticking it down there so it works a bit better. Okay, now my tail should be dry. End of my tail should be dry. So all I did with that was stick that on there like so. Now I'm thinking that's probably a tiny bit too long, this bit, so I'm going to cut that off. You use your own judgment about what you'd like it to look like when you're finished. There, that's pretty cool. And what I'll put on the front, I'll put it on the back, I think, because just because I will. I just want to put it on the back. I didn't want to use this glue, but I've got myself doing it anyway. The others take so long to dry and you're manoeuvring it around forever, and the one I use, but I really like the tutorials not to last too long because I don't want to bore people. Okay, so there's the little tail end of it, and I will glue that down a bit better there. Okay, by putting some more of this hot glue in there. Okay, and push it together. I hope that's looking like a mermaid tail. I just trim that off. I imagine now if I do make another one, which I hope to do one day with a bigger doll, I will make sure that the back of that is sealed properly so you can actually take the thing out of the whatever, you know, out of the doll, out of whatever you got in. Now see, now we've got heaps here, which is really good because we need heaps. Best to have heaps than not enough, right? You can glue it back on, but it's not like you really want to have to keep doing that. Okay, so far that's what we've got, right? I'm just going to have a quick squeeze to see if this has still got plenty of time left, and it hasn't, so I'm going to turn this off now and come back with the rest of it for you. Okay, won't be long.